everyone living so differently. What do I really want?
Xian, you graduate, right? When are you getting married? When can I get great grandchildren? Marriage is your duty.
Marriage is a duty, but whose life is this anyway?
This is not just genius crisis. According to our report, the desire to marry among young Koreans aged 25 to 29 dropped from 61% to 39% in 10 years. In this global area, Western liberalism is changing young people's minds through social media. Marriage is no longer a must-do moral duty. It has become a personal choice. Once marriage becomes a free choice, a new question comes up. Why do more people choose to delay marriage, stay single, or not have a kid? Welcome to the supermarket of life. Every option here has a very expensive price tag. Jiyuan is trapped in a conflict of values, and this clutch of spiritual value is just the beginning. Next, these three young people caught up in a reality of life will reveal the practical constraint behind their decision not to marry from different perspectives.
Look at the competition and the crazy house price. Nothing is real except reasons and money. Marriage will only ruin your life.
Marriage is just a contract that can be broken anytime. Raising a child costs too much. Why not spend all of your money on yourself?
In traditional families, why do women need to do household and take care of child? This is totally unfair.
I delay marriage not because I'm selfish, but because the cost is too high. Being single is just my survival strategy. Elders pressure me to get married and have children. Bloggers advocate for self-pleasure. And peers advise me to distance myself from family. Everyone is giving me a standard answer to life. And no one cares about what I truly want. I feel like I'm forever living with a framework defined by others, unable to find my own way to grow out. I'm not against intimate relationships and children, but the burdens of buying a house, raising children, workplace discrimination, and housework all fall on women. If marriage only drains me, choosing to be single is simply my way of protecting myself.
Welcome to the Court of View. Here we don't talk about money, we talk about ideas. What kind of philosophic rules are behind young people's choice to stay single?
Liberalism says everyone has absolute freedom of choice. We have no duty to sacrifice our freedom for outdated traditions.
My kid, we don't want to force you, but in family, we support each other. When you're old, if you live alone, no one will take care of you.
The post-colonial theory warned us, when Western media starts to sell absolute independence as modern view, you start to view your traditions as backwards. Does this really 100% real?
Come on. Why fight this war alone? Extreme freedom didn't make you happier, it just made you lonelier. Actually, we are fundamentally connected to each other. But the reality is too heavy. Can the community buy a horse or risk it for me? Yes, we can share the burden. Look at the shared parenting cooperatives in Korea. Neighbors help each other to raise kids together. Yeah, the cost of raising a child is too high. The child will only be a burden to you.
Exactly, the problem is not family but other gender role. If we review a family as an equal partnership and self-centered, a commitment is not rules of freedom. Actually, it's the highest form of happiness.
What I reject is not family itself, but the old unfair marriage that treats women unnaturally. So I see, we don't need to throw away tradition, and we don't need to fully copy the West. But what should we do?
The answer is in the third space theory. Why choose only one? Because of the pop-up culture, Hanliu is the perfect space for the dialogue.
Exactly. Just like the famous K-drama Reply 1988. It shows young people chasing dreams, but also beautifully keeps tradition family warmth and neighborhood help. It's not just copy the old days or following the West. It's a new cultural identity in the third space. It provides the tradition and the monetaries can completely live together.
I want marry blindly for tradition, and I want to reject family blindly for trends. I want a family built on freedom, equality, and love.
I got it, time change. It's not that the young people do not like the families. They just change in their own ways.
I once viewed Western independence as the sole standard of progress, completely rejecting diverse Confucian culture. This blind limitation of foreign perspective in judging local life is far too one-sided. Blindly praising the West and belting our own culture reflects cultural inferiority. Culture doesn't have to be black and white. We balance female autonomy with local warmth, leveraging the third space of the Korean wave to integrate the two cultures, constructing a new equal and warm family philosophy, and building culture in confidence.
I used to prioritize myself above all else, believing that marriage marriage and childbirth would only dream me. Later, I realized that pleasure and solitude can only fill temporary emptiness. I once rejected family and view kinship as a constraint, but in my darkest moments, I understood that family companionship is irreplaceable, and extreme selfishness only closes one's heart. True freedom is not just about rejecting family, but also having the right to choose. A mature lifestyle involves balancing self-care and intimate relationships on the basis of equity and mutual support.
I used to push for hard competition. I was stuck in materialistic thinking. I judged people's life only by their money and never noticed mental needs. Raising kids and looking after for elderly family members are really hard. If people in a community can help each other with these hard tasks, which take weight off our shoulder, we can manage both our jobs and life. We won't have to struggle between earning money and feeling emotionally fulfilled.
I used to believe that marriage and having children were essential life lessons, and I often urged my young generation to do so. Later, I realized that applying outdated standards to young people, ignoring the pressure of reality, and forcefully pushing them to marry only widens the generation gap, and went against the Confucian principle of tolerance and understanding. I will respect my young generation life choice. Only by balancing traditional goodwill with equality and the freedom of modern life can both generations find a balance.
Money and government subsidies can never cure the spiritual and philosophical crisis of modern society.
We don't need to fight between Western individualism and traditional collectivism.
Moving from the first duty to equal responsibility is how we rebuild a family.
Interpreting our own philosophy helped us find the true cultural confidence.
We need to change marriage from a personal birth task to a national happiness.
Let the older generation give us strict control and give us guidance and respect.
Traditional and modernity can coexist. Let's create a balanced future where the personal dream and the family duty trip together.
Use modern community warmth and mutual help to heal the painful gap between generations.
Together.